Hi, welcome to Sewing with Sandy. Today we're going to look at Vogue's fall pattern drops. I love Vogue. They always have so many great details and they do a very good job of coming up with patterns that reflect current trends and have a high-end look. So let's get into it. 2125, right off the bat, this is a stunner. Wow, the high-low hem, the double-breasted, the notched collar, the big pleats in the back. Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. So this coat dress, you could wear it as a dress if you made it out of something that wasn't too heavy, but yet it would make a gorgeous coat. This one shown here in the cream is in a silk wool blend. I can't even imagine what that fabric must feel like. This is so beautiful. Now, this is not beginner friendly. It's going to take a lot of work. It's fully lined. You want to make sure that the back looks really nice because you can see that dip down in the back, but it's got princess seams, one set of double-breasted buttons. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The notch collar is a little has a little extra detail to it. It's not just a simple notched collar. And then the side pockets and the pleats in the back. It's going to take everything for me not to put this in my cart. I do need a winter coat. I have been looking for a full-length winter coat. Is this the one? I don't know. So if you're going to make it as a coat, right, you want to size up a little because you want a little more generous so you can wear something underneath it. If you want to make it as a dress, then it's going to be very kind of form-fitting, and you might want to make sure that it's like really fitted to the T. This is I'm on the fence with this one, but this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. What a great start. 2126, super cute little crop jacket and what they're calling a sheath dress. To me, a sheath dress has princess seams and it's very fitted. This just has fisheye darts in the back and a bust dart, but the pattern is cut. At least it appears to be cut, so it's fitted a little bit. It's kind of a cheater sheath dress, if you ask me. So if you haven't made one before and you like this look, maybe this is a good one to try. Although princess seams are so much easier to fit than bust darts, especially if you don't have that perfect hourglass shape. You can make it look like an hourglass with the sheath dress. Gorgeous dress. The jacket with the big shawl collar and the little buttons, really cute, very trendy, short crop jackets. I love the way they did it as a suit with the kind of retro look going on. It looks like it's in a boucle, which I think is adorable. I love the plaid. It gives it that Chanel kind of style, but without being full on in your face Chanel. It's really cute. If you dress up for the office, this is super cute. And I bet the jacket would be really sweet with a pair of jeans and just a little tank underneath. Yeah, really cute. Nice piece. 2127, very boho, very kind of my style. Love it. It's two pieces, which I think is fascinating because it looks like a dress with an elasticated waist, but it's actually a blouse and a skirt. So that gives you so much more versatility in your wardrobe. I really like this. So if you haven't jumped on the boho trend, this might be a nice option. The skirt has multiple rows of elastic for the waist and then a drop and one row of tiers. So it isn't multi-tiered. It will take a lot of fabric, but you can use something really lightweight. You don't want anything too heavy because the skirt will weigh a ton. And then the blouse has got these bishop sleeves with kind of a long cuff and with a bow, or you can do it with a little separate. I mean, if you're looking for a little boho kind of dress, this is just really cute. I like the big bishop sleeves. It's made out of a nice soft lightweight fabric. I think this would be really cute. The one with the trim is really interesting. I don't know that a lot of people want that horizontal line just below their hip with a row of trim on it, but I think it could be interesting. Maybe a ruffle there would be really cute, and then a ruffle around the bottom. I think it would depend on what you had for the fabric, but really beautiful. And if you did it in a sheer, oh my God, this would be so cute because you could leave the sleeves sheer, but the top you could line, and then the skirt you could line, maybe even just line it to where that first tier is and leave the bottom sheer. That would be really, really cute and super on trend. Really, really trendy. Really, really trendy. There you go. Yeah, love this. Absolutely love it. Vogue is just killing it right off the bat. 2128, a knit dress with some ruching on it. Very figure flattering, very trendy. The sparkle for jersey and the green dress is just to die for. It's so cute. I love the sleeveless version. I love the long sleeve version. I mean, this would be amazing for a holiday party that wasn't like super dressy, but you wanted to be dressed up, but you didn't want to be like super over the top. And it's a sparkle knit jersey, the emerald green one, that is just gorgeous. But super simple. It's a column dress. It's got this kind of gathering on one side. So you have this asymmetrical gathering with a little mock turtleneck, and then ruching on one side also. And the sleeves, the long sleeves, have ruching along the bottom portion of it, so it gives that little gathered look. So it doesn't look like you're wearing a second skin because there's a little bit of extra fabric there. And the ruching around the midriff area will help camouflage a few things if you're, you know, you're not totally happy with what's going on. And if you love your figure, then it will just add some detail. It is clean and straight in the back, so there's no ruching in the back, but it goes down to the floor with a little A-line. Really, really super cute. Oh my gosh, just adorable. 2129 by Tom and Linda Platt. I don't know what to say about this dress. It is so gorgeous. If you can show off your back, that cowl going down in the back is stunning. Now, the neckline for me wouldn't work. I don't like anything high up on my neck, and I certainly don't want to show off my back, but if you had the figure for this dress is gorgeous. So there's a deep V in the front, and then a kind of a full skirt, nothing fancy on the sleeves. I mean, an advanced beginner could sew up this dress in a beautiful fabric and it would look stunning. So if you like that kind of having a little bit of, and there's not a lot, a little bit of extra fabric in the front and then that super deep scoop in the back, this is a winner. It's a winner. 2130, another Tom and Linda Platt in hammered satin. Stunning. I just don't know what to say. I haven't seen a pattern yet that has been anything but like, wow. So this off one shoulder look with the bias cut skirt. So you have that waffle going down the front, the little ribbon of fabric. And then the drape on this must be spectacular. If it's, so the skirt's cut on a bias, it's going to use a ton of fabric. But this band that goes around and wraps up to one shoulder would give you, I would think, some security around the top because it's not loose fitting. It would be form fitting. And wow, does this have a zipper? Pull on. It's a pull on. So it says it's advanced, and working with a bias can be advanced because once you cut that and you sew it together, you have to let that skirt hang for a good 24, 48 hours because fabric cut on the bias can grow, and it grows weird. Like some parts will grow 2, 3, 4 inches and other parts might not grow anything. You have to recut the hem again. But wow, this would be, I don't think this would be that difficult to make for a beginner. You would want to watch out and make sure that your fabric, I'm gonna guess that fabric has a facing piece down the front. It would have to, because if it didn't, it would look really weird with a lining, right? Or the backside of the fabric, because especially like this satin, it's never the same on the reverse side. So there must be a facing piece that goes down so you have the full look on that waffle that goes down the front. But the slit and the fit and the wow. Wow, that's all I can say. I'm overwhelmed with all the goodness going on here. Okay. 3131. This one reads a little promy to me, but I think it would be really cute for a winter wedding or a super formal event. There is a lot of work in this dress. Just looking at the dress, you can see that there's a lot of work in it. But under that bust section, there's a whole set of structure that goes under that, like a bustier, to hold it up, or else it would just collapse. So there's a lot of internal work that goes on with this. And then you have this bustle, which is going to give you a lot of fabric. I think it's pretty. I think you would have to have just the right place to wear it, you know, like I'm thinking gala event or a beautiful wedding. But it's got a zipper up the back, and then seam fitting darts going down the back, so that's nice. And then fitting darts in the skirt in the front, and then all that ruching going on, that kind of layering in the front. So underneath that, there's boning and structure to hold that piece up. And then the bustle, which I'm sure is marked, so it's easy enough to do. I mean, if you've ever bustled a wedding dress, you kind of work your way up to get it so it falls evenly. This would be the same type of style, except it's just on the side. So really pretty. I'm not sure that an average sewer could do it. I think somebody, you would need to really stretch your skills or have some advanced sewing techniques to get this one done. But stunning. Could you see the like bridesmaids all lined up with this? This would be beautiful for a winter wedding. Really, really gorgeous. All right, 3132. It's a little weird, it's a little out there, but I am loving this. So the dress is very simple. It's a column dress. It's got a seam around the waist. It's got fitting darts going up from the waist and bust darts, and in the back, fitting darts at the waist above and below. A slit up the back, a side zipper. So, and it has attached belt loops with a sash. Why you would put those belt loops there, I don't know, but it's very simple, you know, sleeveless, plain collar. So there's nothing like really special about the dress, but this cape, wow. Now, does it borderline on costume? Yeah. And if you lived in New England like I do, could you wear this to a Christmas party? Probably not. You would probably freeze getting from the car to wherever you're going. But if you didn't need a lot of warmth, and this cape with the boa on the bottom and the hem, and it's pretty dramatic. I mean, you would be super special. I'm not a big fan of the bow. I think I don't know that it does anything for the dress. I think that the long columnar dress with that wide cape with the boa, the fur on the bottom, would be more than enough to make this super special. That bow, and especially in the photo, it's just off a tone a little bit. It just, I mean, that steals the show, and it really isn't that special. It's just a sash with a bow. The cape is what should steal the show. The cape is just beyond gorgeous, beyond. So pretty. What's interesting about the cape is it isn't just attached, right? There's a wide section of the cape here. So there's some hook and eye closures, pretty sure. Boa trim, hook and eye. So there's hook and eye closures here. So I don't know how wide this is, but in the line drawing, you can see it. So it's not just one little section. So it kind of makes this a little bit, the opening more narrow and a little bit lower, so it adds some drama to the cape. If you're looking for a drama piece, this is the one. This is the one. And this cape actually with a jumpsuit would look really cute if you had like a columnar jumpsuit and you wanted to make the cape. And if you made the cape and you had the jumpsuit already and you made the cape, it was a little bit different, it would be okay. I think it would be okay. You know, a black jumpsuit with like a burgundy cape. Oh, yeah. And then some trim on the fringe to the fur to bring the burgundy and the black together. Or if you put a burgundy belt on it. Oh yeah. Wow. This would be gorgeous. It would be memorable. That is for sure. People would remember your outfit. 3133, another winner. So cute. I mean, this little tiny fitted dress, it's a more sheath-like than one of the other ones, but it also has stitching going under the bust line. So there's bust stitching that goes all the way down, and you have to make sure you can line all of those up. So you create the bra section first, and there's a seam in the middle, and then seams down the center, and then a seam down the center of the dress. So those all have to line up. Fitting seams in the back and a zipper fitted to a T. This one would be absolutely gorgeous. and then this really classic style cape. Do you need the bow on the dress and on the cape? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. The bow is really interesting on the dress. So this bow is special, right? It's not a sash that you're gonna tie up, and this one you can sew and stitch and get it just right, and it doesn't have to be tied all the time. Those become a problem because they loosen up, you know, as you wear them. So something that's stitched like this, you can make your bow absolutely perfect. And it's made with a really wide band, so it will have some volume and some fullness and some impact, I guess. And then this classic cape, same length as the skirt, so it kind of has that coat dress thing where you don't see, you know, the jacket trend that you were wearing that looked like dresses that were really super short. It sort of looks the same way with this super short dress underneath. Capes are pretty easy to make. This is listed as an advanced, and the cape has a band around the bottom, and it looks like a zipper up the front. Yeah, the cape has a zipper up the front, which is really different. And surprisingly, because this is super elevated, what fabric? This is made in a brocade, ivory brocade, and the black is velvet. And then you have this zipper going up the front. I don't know about that. I'm not sure that zipper keeps the same elevation level as the velvet and the brocade. But you know, you can be the judge of that. And I like it that it's closed all the way up. I think that's really interesting because it gives it that, like I said, that coat look. But that's the only thing I would wonder about, is if you really wanted that zipper there, or if you'd have to buy a super expensive zipper. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't put a plastic, you know, zipper on there. It would just cheapen the whole look. 2134. It's a really interesting top. I like this. I like the cut on this. I like the style. It's got a funnel top with a few little stitchings in there to kind of bring it in. And then the princess seams come up and then go out into the sleeves, which again is super interesting for the short sleeve version or the grown on sleeve version. And this one looks like it's made in some kind of a cotton or a cotton blend, which is super pretty. It's got a zipper all the way up the back, which I think is really interesting. And then you have the one with the barrel sleeves, and it's shown in the line drawing like in a faux leather, which I think would be really modern and kind of fun to wear. And it's top stitched. So I like it a lot. So you've got top stitching and stitching here, and then the stitching on the princess seams that go up the front and then all the way down the sleeves in the front and in the back. And then the zipper going up the back. Yeah, and you know, there's no cuffs on this. And the white version has grown on sleeves, so you're not even inserting the sleeves. As a matter of fact, the long sleeve version looks like it's a grown on sleeve too. So that pattern piece, so for the center front, which it has a seam up it, so this is the center front seam, the pattern piece goes up like this, and then the sleeve piece, and then you insert another piece underneath to do like this side section here and the bottom section of the sleeve. A really interesting pattern design. I think it would be fun to put together. It would take a little work. You'd have to pay attention to the pattern pieces and make sure that you get them right. But how cute would that be in a faux leather with the barrel sleeves and everything? Wow, that's so super modern. 2135 is a jacket by Julio Cesar. I have made some of his patterns before. I adore them because he mixes fabrics together in an interesting way. This one has a brocade and then what looks like maybe a different velvet or a brocade for the collar, and then the little piece that goes on the side. It's got princess seams with that little patch going down at the bottom, and kind of puffy sleeves, a little bit of a puff on the sleeve, so it's got some structure here with a set-in sleeve. Really nice and interesting. The lines are great. You're seeing a lot of barn jackets with a contrasting collar, and they're super casual. This looks like it's kind of a play on that, made up to look like a dress jacket. And I mean, you could see this with a beautiful skirt or a nice tailored pair of pants. It would be very flattering, very sophisticated, in a gorgeous brocade. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. 2136. I'm sort of speechless about this one. This is the first one that I haven't particularly cared for. I mean, those shoulders look like they're a costume. There's so much shoulder going on there. And I like shoulder pads, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think we could all use a little bit of shoulder pad to give us a little bit more structured look in the shoulder. But those shoulder pads are like Dynasty style shoulder pads. Remember Dynasty from the, from the 80s? Wow. And then the one without the collar just accentuates those shoulder pads even more because you don't have any relief that you get from the collar. The cut is really nice. It's got princess seams, some nice well pockets, a little pocket up here, well pocket up here. Huge collar, a huge notched collar. Two-piece sleeve. Yeah, it's too much. That is just really too much. If you want something that's, and it's not avant-garde, but it's just on the edge of, how long are you going to be able to keep this in your wardrobe? So a jacket takes a lot of work. And if you're going to put that much work into a jacket, you probably want one that's going to last in your wardrobe for at least a couple of seasons. This is so trendy. I'm not sure how long it will last. But, that's up to you. But it's cute. Would I wear it? No. Would I love it if it was on somebody else? Yeah, absolutely. 2137. It's listed as a classic trench. It is a trench. I don't know that it's classic. It's got barrel sleeves. I have a trench coat pattern. It's half cut out and fitted. I want to make sure it's perfect. It is a classic trench that I'm going to wear forever. This one is very trendy. Will you wear it forever? Probably not. At some point, the barrel sleeves are going to date it. But if you want something that's on trend and current for a trench coat, this is a really nice option. And I like the barrel sleeves. I like the look of them. I just don't know that I want to put that much work in a coat for something that isn't going to last that long. But it's listed as a classic trench, which I think is kind of funny because it's not classic. However, it looks beautiful. There is no product made up in this picture. It's a line drawing. So I would like to see Vogue for current patterns. I know they have struggled with the ones that were issued, that are reissuing from the 70s and the 60s. But this is a 2025 issue. They should have made the pattern up and have somebody wear it. So the fact that there isn't a picture of somebody wearing this coat means, to me, in my mind, they made it up, didn't look good, and they just went with the line drawing. So, buyer beware. 2138. I love these trousers. I mean, wide leg trousers are in. They're it. Everybody's wearing a loose, wide leg, fitted at the top. These have a welt pocket, and that wrap across the front is so cute. With a cute little crop jacket like the one we saw way at the beginning, that would be adorable. But with the buttons going across and having it asymmetrical on an angle, and then the crop with the pocket, and you can't get any more stylish than this. I think this is super cute. You could make it out of something that isn't, so it calls for crepe, wool flannel, linen blends. You could certainly make it office worthy, but you could do it in something a little less formal and it would be fun. I mean, maybe even a lightweight denim, dare I say. I think that might be kind of cute, and it would be trendy and youthful and modern. Yeah, I mean, again, you're not going to wear these season after season after season. They are not a classic trouser, but are they adorable? Absolutely. Would I wear them? Yes. Yeah, they are just really fun. I mean, what a fun pair of trousers this would be. Yeah. 2139. Lingerie dress wear is here, and I think you have to have the right place to wear it, or the body for it, for sure. No one wants to see somebody that's not in shape wear a lingerie dress with everything like kind of hanging out there. But beautiful. It is gorgeous. A lot of work. Yes. More than likely, it is a ton of work because the sheer has to be handled appropriately, which means French seams. You can't have like fraying seams all over the place. You need to do French seams on this. It's floor length. The bra needs to be lined, and it's doable certainly, and it looks like it's got Rolo straps that cross out on the back. It's very sweet. I'm not sure I would even know where you would wear this, but maybe you can tell me in the comments if you would make this and where you would wear it, or not even if you would make it. If you had the opportunity and somebody made it for you, where would you wear it? I don't know. And it's winter time. You're going to freeze. At least here in New England, you'll freeze. $21.40, tunic and a pair of pants. This is listed as average. I don't think it would be that much work. It does have a cuff, but there's no buttons. And it has a collar. It's a two-piece collar. But it doesn't look, there's no notches or anything. I think it's pretty simple. It's got a really interesting notched hemline on it. I like that. And the bell-bottom pants with a zipper up the back are fitted but don't have a lot of details. So I don't think it would be that hard. I think it's really cute. One-piece dressing is certainly very stylish and easy, right? You just grab the pants and the top that go together. I like it. I think the tunic on the one that the woman is made up, and I'm going to guess she's tall, is really long. I mean, it's almost dress length, so I think the proportions look a little long on her. The line drawing is proportioned better. And here's a perfect case of, this is the same top. The tops are the same length. Oh, I take that back. They are not the same length. The short sleeve top is shorter. The long sleeve top is longer. The striped pattern on that woman, there's just a lot of fabric and it just looks kind of disproportionate on her. I think if that long sleeve top was shorter, like the short sleeve version, it would look better. Especially since the pants kind of bell out, but it's cute. It's cute. It doesn't show much of your figure, so if you're looking for something to just kind of skim the body, it might be a good option. And I do like one-piece dressing. I love one-piece one pattern outfits. I like that look, and it looks updated and modern and cool, especially if you got a really good fabric and a really interesting fabric. It calls for crepe, georgette, chiffon, novelty shears, cotton lawn. So this could go multi-season, cotton lawn. I don't know how the cotton lawn would work in the pants. That they might pull a little. They would have to be loose enough that you could wear them and sit in them, because there's no give there. But yeah, it's cute. I like it. I like the collar. She has the in the drawing, the woman has the collar pushed up, and I like that. I think that's a nice style detail. $21.41 is a men's jacket coat. Nice, really nice. Kind of got that funnel neckline. There's a lot of pieces going on. There is this yoke that goes down the front. Yeah, two-piece sleeve, a really nice stitching detail. It looks like there's a lot of work in this coat. It's lined. It's very flattering, very structured, very architectural. A nice change, in addition to the men's patterns, instead of just like the kind of classic, you see a lot of the men's patterns are like, ooh, it's a bowling shirt and a pair of joggers, This has some style to it, so I like it. I think it's really nice if you're a guy and you are looking for something super, super modern and super structural. This is a really interesting jacket. I think it's gonna take quite a bit of skill to pull it off, and it's fitted, so you wanna make sure that you do a practice garment with it. But yeah, nice. Like it a lot. Like it. So $21.42 is also men's pattern, but it's a real classic shirt with a drop yoke, drop shoulders, and the trousers have well pockets in the back, slash pockets, a waistband, a fly zipper. So they're a nice trouser with a waistband, with the button, the belt loops, and yes, I like this. This one is made in a wool stretch suiting. So the overshirt looks more casual than the pants, but I think it makes a really nice suit. It sort of reminds me of the leisure suits that, like my dad wore back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. But yeah, if you're looking for a comfy guy's suit with a nice looking trouser, I mean, I think the trousers look really nice. The shacket or shirt jacket kind of thing situation is okay. I mean, I think it's just okay. I don't know that it's all that flattering, but the pants fit really well and they look nice on him. All right, 2143, here we go. We are into the vintage 1970s Diane von Furstenberg re-release dress. I like that they have a photo of a woman wearing the dress. It's made for knits. It's a pullover, so there's a placket in the front with a little collar, long sleeves, A-line skirt. There's no fitting darts. There's no style lines. So it's just a knit dress with negative ease. It's pretty simple and very retro looking. I think it's cute. The biggest detail is this placket in the front. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this. I mean, these re-releases of the same dress. I mean, her style is fabulous. The wrap dress is iconic. And I have nothing against the wrap dress, but they keep re-releasing her stuff and it all looks the same. So, I mean, once you have the knit wrap dress, you can make this dress. You just put the pieces together and cut it as on the fold. But if that's beyond your skills and you're looking for something that's very retro and a knit dress, then this would be terrific. With the knit, you're just going to have to be careful about doing this placket because it's got to be dead on center and straight and top stitched beautifully. So you'll have to take your time with that. But outside of that, it looks like a pretty easy pattern. 2144, 1960s vintage pattern. It's made for a woven. It's got kind of that draping going on in the front with the 3/4 sleeves. I like the style, the faux wrap in the front. It's got a side zipper, so it's semi-fitted, I would say. It's listed as average. I would say that's about right. Again, my beef is that it's not made up on anyone, but it does look like something that, my mom wore in the 60s. And I don't know. I don't know how flattering it is. Again, there's no fitting on it. There's some fitting darts in the back and the bust and on the skirt. It's a straight skirt. I think it's kind of been there, done that kind of look. And well, I mean, obviously it has because it's from the 1960s, but yeah, there's so many exciting, cute, exciting styles out there that bringing this one back doesn't make any sense to me. I guess that's where I'm on that. That's where I sit on that one. 2145, vintage 1970s wrap coat. You're seeing a lot of these coats. I think this is a good option for a vintage pattern because these coats are coming back with kind of the shawl collars. It's not a lot of work. This is an easy pattern. You can do it as a beginner. If you can sew some straight seams and you can measure correctly, this will be good because it is a wrap. There's forgiveness in the fit, which is really one of the trickiest things. It's got dolman sleeves, so you don't even have to set in a sleeve, and a big shawl collar. So not difficult at all, and lots of options. You can go long, you can go short. The long coat with the hood for around here is a real plus in January, let me tell you, because it gets mighty cold. But yeah, I think it's very stylish. It's very modern. Even though it's from the 1970s, it's back and you're seeing a lot of them out in the stores. And this is a good opportunity if you've never made a coat before to try this because it'll be stylish. You'll have it for a couple of years in your rotation, and yeah, it won't be that hard to make. 2146 is a vintage 1970s shirt dress. It's got that kind of dirndl skirt, button down, kind of little puffy sleeves, a little tiny cuff, pointy collar. Again, I think it's okay. I like the way they have it styled open with the short skirt. So you are seeing these kind of sweater dresses worn more like shirt dresses worn like coats. And so I like that styling of it, the way that it's presented with the skirt underneath and the tights. I think that is the look. The whole button down, button up look, yes, definitely like giving me teacher 70s teacher vibe. It's kind of bad flashbacks for me, but you know, what can I say? So that, but I do like the open look. I'm just not a big fan of the great big skirt. And if you are gonna sew it to make it open, you have to make sure that your fabric looks good from the reverse side, because you're going to see that it's not lined. And you also have to make sure that your finishes are like really nice. So you either have to serge them or do some kind of a Hong Kong finish or something to finish those inside seams. But that might be the look that I would use this pattern for. So that wraps up Vogue, and the patterns are stunning. In general, the majority of the patterns are absolutely stunning. I love the trousers with that cross piece in the front. I'm considering that, although I'd have to really pay attention to what fabric, because I don't get dressed up for work. The dress coat, the first one, 2125, that white crepe dress coat with the double-breasted high-low hem is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Do I want to make it as a coat or a dress? I don't know. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Probably would get more wear out of it as a coat, make it, you know, so it's loose enough that I could put something underneath it. But that is a stunner, an absolute stunner. So until next time, happy sewing. Bye.